Good morning, all. Oh my goodness. So, we are really in gear here. I got a bunch of jackdaw shoots coming up. I mean, every week for a while here in Seattle. And that's very exciting. I'm very happy about that. Rig's doing great. Everything's taken care of. Just everything's lining up and flowing now, and it's always nice. And even when you have the hiccups, like the breakdown I had not quite a month ago, I guess only 3 weeks ago, all travel I've done in between has verified everything's working great. So those hiccups, mine seem to come a lot of times perfect timing. It was perfect place and timing. I couldn't be more grateful, and good reminders about how much I value my mobility and how great it is to have the rig working. Breakdowns are great for reminding you what that's like to be, purely on foot. So anyway, that's very good, and I'm very happy that that's all going like it is. So yesterday, I had a really great conversation with a lady who stopped and talked to me for a bit, and we got on the topic of freedom and wealth, and what that is, and how our culture in America seems to present a picture of this is what it is. If you're rich or if you're wealthy, this is how it looks. And so not true. I mean, I feel like a very wealthy person, and I live extremely minimal, very modestly, but I've never felt richer in my entire life than I do living this lifestyle and traveling and doing the gifting and everything I do, even though it's on a shoestring, and it's not sure how it's going to keep continuing. You never know how it's going to go. It always seems to work out. I'm certainly not a picture of conventional or even remotely ideal financial planning. So I'm just eking this out, year to year, sometimes month to month, and just trying to stretch it out to reach retirement age, true, legal retirement age, and keep doing what I love. But that's beside the point. The interesting thing about our conversation is that, everybody has a different idea of what wealthy is to them and what freedom is to them. For me, freedom is being debt free, and freedom is doing what's in my heart to do and not having to wait another 10 years or tell myself in 10 years, 15 years, then I can start doing the thing that really matters to me. I used to think like that when there was a different plan in place and I had a different life. And now that I'm living like I'm living, I can't imagine living any other way than I do now. Regardless of if I'm a vehicle dweller, I could have a beautiful house on the beach somewhere. It's irrelevant. The point being waiting and assuming you have time. Oh, this is my 10-year horizon, my 20-year horizon. Nothing wrong with planning that stuff. But by God, don't move ahead thinking, oh yeah, I've got 20 years. I turn 58 tomorrow. Oh yeah, for sure. 10 years, then I'll be free, then I'll have time. It's like, those are crazy assumptions. Maybe teenagers, maybe 20-somethings and 30-somethings can make those kind of assumptions that, yeah, they got time. Though the reality is, something that could happen today that you didn't foresee that would completely change your life forever. That reality exists every day. That potential exists every day. And so assuming you have just boatloads of time, or this is my, horizon for when I'm going to do the thing that I care about most, that I love, that really speaks to me, and until then I'm going to grind away at something that is a bit soul-sucking. So these were all part of the conversation I had with Carwin yesterday, and that was just a really interesting and enjoyable conversation. I appreciate her stopping and introducing herself and our talk. It was great. So basically, the video today, I just wanted to inspire you to take time to think about what rich or what wealthy is to you. What personally makes you feel, is of really great value, that That's what lights me up. Because in my opinion, and even I've met some fabulously wealthy people tell you the same thing, that of course money makes life a lot easier in some ways. It also makes their lives way more complicated in others. I mean, there's a give and take to every single scenario. It's crazy. Like, the more you have, the heavier things get. The more responsibilities you have. The less you have, the leaner you are, but you also have fewer resources. So it's such a personal thing, what wealth and freedom are. And I just wanted to encourage you to actually take time to breathe and think about your life and what you're doing, and really break it down for yourself. And keep in mind the reality that, hopefully you do have 20, 30, 40 years ahead, whatever your horizon may be, to when you feel you could commit yourself to doing that thing that you absolutely love. But be real too. I'm late 50s, and I don't seem to go a month at least without hearing about someone younger than me, some guy younger than me, just dying. Massive heart attack, and out of nowhere. Some other freak thing, even younger people. And boy, every time it really makes me think about, each day is a gift. It absolutely is a gift, and I cannot assume I've got another one tomorrow. And I can tell you that, while my life is challenging and inspiring at the same time, don't get me wrong, but it is challenging living in a vehicle full time. There is never a night that I go to sleep in my cozy little home and think, God, I can't wait for the day when I whatever, because I'm there, I'm doing it. And I don't want to die anytime soon. I do not. I want to go quite a bit further. I don't want to become, a rickety antique somewhere, but I want to go a couple more decades minimum, please. But I literally go to sleep grateful for the day, and at total peace, knowing that, man, I'm not waiting. I'm doing it. I'm living the thing that fires me up, and I'm living my passion, living my purpose, and I couldn't be happier. Yeah, I want to wake up in the morning, but if this was it, it's been great, And that feeling, I cannot tell you how great that feeling is, and I never experienced it until the last 5 years. Yeah, maybe a year leading up to my launch, because that was pretty exciting, getting closer and closer, taking the steps to launching into this full-time philanthropy and lifestyle. So I'd say 6 years. And I just wanted to add one thing, especially for my kids, because I know you guys watch these videos. And I know you know this, but I'm going to say it here publicly, that I never, ever went to sleep at all unhappy that I was a dad. I loved being a dad. I love continuing to be a dad. And I love how my relationship has changed and grown and evolved with the young adults that I'm privileged to be a part of their lives as their father. It's amazing. So I want you to know, when I say it's been 6 years that I've gone to bed like, I'm not waiting anymore, and I'm so happy. I always felt that way about you guys. Always. You were definitely the light that kept me going, even in the depth of my dysfunction, when I was so unhappy. You guys lit me up, lit up my life, and gave me purpose. And seriously, if it hadn't been for you guys in my life and my bond with you, the love you show me, probably, I don't think I'd be doing what I'm doing right now, because I don't think I would have gotten through the separation and divorce period, all those years that were so brutal, in a positive way. You guys kept me working it because I love you so much. So I love you. I just wanted you to know that. Anyway, that's this week's vid, and I got lots to do, so I'm gonna get with it, but I wanted to crank this out for you guys, and I hope you all have a great weekend. It is really becoming summer in the Northwest. It's glorious. Oh my God, best time of year to be here, in my humble opinion. And I'm going to seize the day and get with it. Wishing you all a great one. All right, one last thing I wanted to say about freedom, and that is that freedom is entirely up to you. We free ourselves or we bind ourselves. Sometimes consciously, sometimes not consciously, or just through life lessons. So I just want to remind you that while you may not be able to like flip a switch and just change your life and be free tomorrow, I know most situations are way more complex than that, and it takes time to extricate ourselves or change something we're tied to that is not right for us. But I just wanted to remind you, if you recognize it, you can't make it the way it needs to be for you, you're worthy of your freedom. And you can start taking steps towards reaching a free state and changing your life. So you have the power. Ain't nobody else can do it for you. Only you can make yourself free. You're very powerful. So just keep that in mind. You don't have to live the life of a slave or a bound person. That's totally up to you.